Lab01, set up the lab environment. In this lab, we are going to set up the lab environment and get familiar with this seed virtual machine. You may save the virtual machine in your external USB drive or your local hard drive. On Monday, you should have downloaded and installed VirtualBox. Now, today we will follow the seed menu to install the seed virtual machine. Go to its official website. Lab setup. We will use this seed 2.0. There are three ways: using cloud or install locally. We will use this one. The last one is a challenging one, built from scratch. Here is its manual is here. If you want to build a seed virtual machine from scratch, you may refer to this manual. So we will follow this manual to install the seed virtual machine, Ubuntu 20.04. Click and download seed Ubuntu 20.04. Here is a menu. I'll create a virtual machine first. Next, we will use this downloaded seed image. Download anyway. Save it. It's 4 gigabytes, so it's quite large. I would like to save to some other place. Temp. Okay, it's downloading. We may create a virtual machine while it's downloading. Here, before you create a virtual machine, please go to the preferences and set up where you want to save your virtual machine. The default machine folder I saved to my external USB drive. The second one is network. You need to create a network. If you don't have this one, you need to create this icon, add a new network. Here is the settings of my network. You may set up to any private IPv4 block. Is up to you, or use any names you want. I disable IPv6. Okay, that's the preferences. Now I'm going to create a virtual machine. Here the virtual machine is Ubuntu. We call it seed 2004 or seed 2 version 2. Is a Linux, Ubuntu, 64-bit. Click next. I would like to allocate 4 gigabytes. Don't move past the green region, otherwise you may not be able to run your virtual machine. Now, this is the important part. We need to use an existing virtual hard disk. I think the download is completed. We need that image we just downloaded. So we will go to that place. Here, see the virtual machine and extract here. Once it's done, move it to the place where you want to save it. I will move it to my external USB drive. This one, I Ctrl X, cut and paste to my external USB drive. Size 10.4 gigabyte. This one is much larger than the Ubuntu, than Seed 1.0, the Ubuntu 16.04. Okay, it's done. Now I will choose the existing virtual hard disk file. We need to add it first. Okay, it's added here. I choose it. As the virtual machine is created, now we want to change some settings. Here the setting advanced. We want to enable the shared clipboard, drag and drop. System, I want to change this one to PS2 and 2 processor. Enable nested virtual technology. For the display, I would like to change to 64. Enable 3D acceleration. other steps, other settings, check the menu. Here it only allocated 2 GB, so it depends on how many memory you have. And configure the virtual machine, change the settings, the CPU. It also enable the PENX. In this system, enable PENX is a display, and the network. Here the network you attach to the network. Choose the name network and allow all. Then click OK. That's all. Here is the settings. Start the virtual machine and take a snapshot. How to stop your virtual machine. Create a shared folder here. How to create a shared folder. Pay attention, this shared folder you may share with your local machine. Choose a folder you want to share. The name needed is VM shared. Please use the exact same name, otherwise you need to change it later. And auto mount, here you can choose a folder you will use here. Pay attention to this name. If you change this name VM shared to other names, to another name, then you need to change it here as well. So now let's create a shared folder. Here, shared folder, scroll down, C2 shared folder. Here is shared folder. We create a shared folder, right? You choose a place. For example, I want to choose this my RAM disk. The name, I create a seed, or just use a shared, any name you want. And seed, water mount, click OK. And click OK. Now start this seed virtual machine. We want to know the account. Username is seed, password is DES. Seed DEES. Okay, that's it. Now we want to verify the shared folder work. Inside the home folder, seed, you don't see any share. Right click, open terminal. Now I want to make a folder. Make a dir-p. What name do you want? You may choose any name you want. I would like create host. Now you need to mount that shared folder. Sudo mount -t rebox sf. Pay attention, this name we used in what name I used, and check it. Shared folder. The name I create seed. seed. So if you use a different name, then you need to change it here. Here I want to mount it on host. And here is the use on share. I want to mount on host. Type ls, and you see that a host is greened. And ls host, nothing here. Now you can create a file on inside the seed virtual machine. Here's a cat from seed.txt. Type something. This file is from seed. Then press Ctrl D. Else cd to your host. Actually, no, from seed is here. You may move this from seed to that host. cd your host. You see from seed.txt. Right? On your host machine, I create under this place. You see this from seed.txt. Open it. This file is from seed. Now we want to copy some file to seed. Can create a new file from host. This file is from host. Ctrl S, save it. Go to your seed. You type ls. You see there is a from host. Cat from host. You see this from host. Notation. Important note. Never use your shared folder as your working folder. You only use it to share files between your seed and your host machine. There's a notice. The second notice is don't update your seed virtual machine. Now the screen looks small. How could I? Let me change it to full screen to see. It looks good, right? It expand scale automatically to my whole screen. The setup of this seed 2.0 is quite easy. Now let's go back to see whether we complete all the tasks. Set up the lab environment. The VM summary is sufficient, which means you only need to take a screenshot of the summary of your seed virtual machine for this one, for this step. This step, test your network. Okay, my network. Open terminal window. Type cd, go to home folder. You can use IP to have a look. This IP, what information do we want to see? Link tunnel route. And you can also see some other options. IP address. Check this one. This is the one I set in my network. Right? If you set to a different IPv4 block, you will have different information. Now I want to ping google.com. You see the network looks good. So you just make sure your network worked. This is step 2. The last step, set up and test the shared folder. I just did. So this is EasyLab, and this the start point for all the labs we are going to do in this semester.